It's Penny and the Professor. What's new?
What's new?
What's new with you? When Penny has a question, the Professor has an answer. She likes to help out everyone. That curious penguin asks all the right questions to help us all learn right along. It's Penny and the Professor. It's Penny and the Professor. Here's Penny.
Hi kindergarten friends, and welcome to lesson 11. So we are moving right along in our lessons, and we have started a new section of our learning with a new book today. So we have read My Five Senses by Margaret Miller, and we have read My Five Senses by Aliki, and now we're starting a new book called Last Stop on Market Street. And this book is a little bit longer, and we're going to have a whole bunch of new information from this book. Fluffy has a new question, Cassie has new questions, Penny has more questions, and we'll figure it all out together. I bet you'll have questions too as we use our Wonder Wheel and ask about everything that's happening in our book. So today, what's that, Penny? Oh yeah, I will, don't worry. She just wants to make sure I get to Fluffy's new question because it's about the kid in the book. So we'll do that real quick so I don't forget, okay? Thanks for reminding me, girl. Here it is right here. How does CJ use his senses to learn about the world? How does CJ use his senses to learn about the world? So in our last section, we learned about how other people learn about the world and how the boy used his senses to learn about the world, but this is specifically about CJ, and I bet somebody on the front of this book is probably CJ, don't you think? Yeah? Okay, perfect. So Penny and I have read this book a couple of times, and we have gotten to know CJ a little bit. He's the main character of our book, and CJ is this little boy right down here in the yellow shirts, and so CJ is going to be in all of the pages of the book. He's the main character of the story, and it has a lot to do with him using his senses. So let's look a little bit closer at this book and see what else we notice, because you know Cassie wants to notice. What do you notice? And what do you wonder about the book? So Cassie, thanks for your question. We already knew that would be it, right? Because it's always the same one at the beginning. What do we notice and wonder? And remember, when we wonder, we ask questions, and we're getting so good at that, boys and girls. I'm really impressed with our asking questions. So there's a cover to the book, and we know the cover tells us some things. So who knows what is always on the cover of the book? Like, what do we always learn from the cover of the book? That's right. We learn that the book has a name, a title. And on this book, we have the title right up here, Last Stop on Market Street. So that's pretty exciting. And we also learn about what? That's right. We learn about the author of the book. We learn about the illustrator of the book, and we learn about a little bit about what's going to happen in the book. So we can look at the picture and we can figure out it must have something to do with this bus, with all these people. We can see this might be CJ and somebody's with him. We can make some guesses as to who that might be. And then down here we have the author and the illustrator. So the author of this book is Matt de la Pena. And that means that Matt de la Pena did what? That's right, boys and girls. Authors write the words to the book. So Matt de la Pena wrote the words, but in this book, it's different than our other books, because in our other two books, somebody has done the pictures and the writing of the words all at once. But in this book, there's a different person who is the illustrator. And the illustrator in this book is Christian Robinson. And so at the bottom of the cover, it will say the words, who the words are by and who the pictures are by. So that's kind of an interesting thing about this book that hasn't been the same as our other two books. When we hear the story for the first time today, boys and girls, I want you to think about what you notice and what you wonder as you hear me read the book aloud. Have a great day, and I'll see you guys soon, right after the story.